I've been away from the channel since January, and in those 4 months, Worcestershire politics didn't slow down. It fell apart. Here are the 10 things you may have missed. We'll keep this snappy. 10 stories, no filler, starting with the story that was the biggest and has had the most impact. Number 1. Reform came to power on a promise to cut council tax. What they actually did was apply to the government for special permission and then vote through the biggest council tax rise in England, nearly 9%. That vote happened on the 27th of February after an 8-hour meeting. The party that promised tax cuts delivered the exact opposite. Number 2, and this is why the council tax had to rise. Council leaders warned that Worcestershire faced, in their own words, effective bankruptcy. The government stepped in with £59.9 million worth of emergency financial support. But here is the figure that stopped people in their tracks. The council had actually overspent by £120 million in year. Not a forecast, real money already spent. The total debt pile now is approaching £600 million. Number 3, in March, Nigel Farage went on the BBC and said he wished that reform, and I'm quoting directly, hadn't bothered taking control of Worcestershire. He's previously called it a basket case. The response from the Conservative group leader, who was in part responsible for the mess Worcestershire is in now, said he's not the only one who regrets it. A party leader publicly abandoning his own council. That's not normal politics. Number 4. On the 8th of February, Reform's former deputy leader David Taylor announced his resignation from the party on television. He had been deputy leader since the election in 2025, but said that he couldn't defend what his own side were doing on council tax. Number 5. Highways cabinet member Karl Perks was fired by Joe Monk in March, and on his way out, Perks publicly said he had been, and I quote, critical of certain behaviours exhibited by the Reform leadership and was disappointed but not surprised. A cabinet member publicly criticising his own leader on the way out of the door. Number 6. The Liberal Democrats formally tabled a motion of no confidence in council leader Joe Monk over the council tax betrayal. But before that vote could even be heard, Reform moved first. At a special meeting in April, Reform councillors held a secret ballot and voted 15-10 to replace Joe Monk with councillor Alan Amos. The Liberal Democrats called for the motion. Reform pulled the trigger themselves. Number 7. So who exactly is their new leader? Alan Amos has been one of the most extraordinarily political biographies in local government. A Conservative MP, then arrested in 1992 and sacked by his own party. He joined Labour. He was elected in Tower Hamlets. He moved back to Worcestershire, became an independent, then Mayor of Worcester, back to Conservatives, independent again, and is now the Reform leader of Worcestershire County Council. And it was rumoured that if he had not been elected leader, he would have quit Reform as well. Amos's controversies don't end there. He called the late Queen a parasite, claimed rape should not be recorded as an offence, put on record that he thinks the long-term sick are work-shy malingerers and that depression is just bad behaviour. He has set out 3 stated priorities for his leadership. Whether he can deliver anything, given everything this council has been, is the central question. Number 8. And this story broke on the 25th of April. Reform councillor Ashley Monk, the son of outgoing leader Joe Monk, published a Facebook post. His opening words, "I'm done staying quiet." He said that he had been excluded from a Reform WhatsApp group and had received screenshots showing messages going beyond political disagreement into what he described as threatening territory towards himself. And there are now reports of an emergency meeting being sought with Reform's own membership following a public backlash to the leadership selection that was made by councillors alone on that 15-10 vote. Number 9. As if the financial picture wasn't dark enough, late April brought reports of an additional £21 million overspend in adult social care. That is on top of the £600 million debt and on top of the £59.9 million government bailout. Number 10. And finally, Reform's conduct online became a story in its own right. An April report found that some Reform councillors' behaviour on social media was so extreme it was actively embarrassing the council itself. With a new leader and a membership in what appears to be open revolt, that problem is entirely unresolved. That is 10 moments from 4 extraordinary months of Worcestershire politics, and we've barely scratched the surface. The devolution question, what happens to your 7 local councils, what comes next at County Hall are all coming up on this channel. If you found this useful, subscribe and hit the notification bell, because with this council, there'll always be a next story. I'll see you in the next one.